Hello everyone, my name is Bobby, and today I'm going to talk to you about why I believe it is important to have your children involved with sports at a early age. I do not believe that there's one sport that is better than any other sport specifically, but I do believe that getting your children involved in a sport at an early age is not just beneficial to them, but something good for them to do and something to keep them out of trouble and occupy their time versus sitting in front of the TV and playing video games all day. I'll start by why I believe it is a benefit to them. One of the really big benefits to it, in my opinion, would be they are constantly exercising. They are staying in great physical condition and starting this at an early age. And a lot of people, if they started at an early age, they tend to keep it up throughout their lifetime. And if they can keep in good physical shape, then they'd be on the right path. Um, the schools have great workout programs within the sports that you play. Depending on the sport that you play, it's altered to that. But they get a lot of good exercises, such as just good stretching technique and the running, the cardio, the weightlifting, all of that. On the other side of it, if they become very good at what they're doing, there's always the chance that they could pick up some kind of sports scholarship or a full ride scholarship to some kind of college, and maybe someday down the road end up turning into a professional basketball or football player or whatever. There's always that. It's not necessarily something that's going to happen, but they could always pick up at least some kind of scholarship or something. Just a little bit of money always helps within the college area. Um, Also, if the kids' grades start to slip, would be my next point. There's always disciplinary action that was going to be taken, not necessarily by the parents. I'm sure that's going to happen, but by the schools as well. So why they should keep their grades up in in the schools, as long as your grades are over. I know where I come from. It's over a 2.5, which is B minus, C plus average. As long as your grades are over that and you're not failing a class, then they're going to allow you to play sports. But as soon as you drop below that, they suspend you from the sports until your grades start to come back up over that average, and you can hold that average for another 2 weeks afterwards and show that you're going to focus on your schooling a little bit more and not just pay attention to the sport that you're playing. The consequences of not doing it, like I said, would be that you're suspended from it. If you don't bring your grades back up, they'll stop you from playing it altogether. And kids tend to, if they really like the sport that they're playing, if they're in school and they're playing it, they have that option. Most likely they like playing that sport. They're going to go home and hit the books and figure out a way to bring their grades back up and get them to where they need to be. So, in my opinion, sports are great for kids. I will now finish with my conclusion. I hope that by talking to you about why I believe that your kids or kids in general should play sports at an early age has persuaded you to not necessarily push it on your kid and tell your kid that your kid needs to play sports, but introduce it to your kid and see if they're willing to play sports. If they're interested in it, introduce them to them. Teach them a little bit. Try to make it a fun experience. And if they like it, then who knows? It could turn out to be something really good. And like I said earlier, it's something that can keep them away from sitting in front of the TV and actually getting out and about and staying away from all the troublemakers. So, uh, thank you for your time.